What's up, everyone? So we will be taking a look at the Supreme Secretary Waifu herself, Physical Robel? Robelu? Those are the two ways I've heard her name be pronounced. I don't know which is the right way to say it. Personally, I like the sound of Robel better, so we will be taking a look at the Waifu Robel at 55%. Starting off, just taking a look at her art. I normally don't simp for waifus this hard in these videos, but damn, her long hair, man, she's just, yes. Mwah, mwah, chef's kiss, just, yes. You guys know I simp for my waifus, and this is one of my favorites right here. This is good stuff. But getting into her, she is just an SSR, which does mean that she doesn't have her Dokkan Awakening. Just like the Supreme Kai of Time Brainwashed, we will probably see her Dokkan Awakening in 2 years or so, depending on if they continue the current trend of Dokkan Awakening these heroes units. So that is quite a while away, but that doesn't mean that she is a bad unit because she is an SSR. She's incredibly impressive as an SSR, but she does have one glaring annoyance, which is her links, as she only has 6. That means that she is hurting herself and her teammates. It's not really her fault, it's just how SSRs work in Dokkan. But, for instance, let's say that when she Dokkan Awakens, her 7th link will be Fierce Battle. That's not going to happen, but as I said, let's just use that as a for instance. So, if you linked her up with God Trunks, she would have Fierce Battle active, and he would have Fierce Battle active because they share that link. But because she only has 6 links, that means that units linked up with her are missing 1 link by default because she doesn't have a 7th link to share. So you're potentially missing out on a link that both Robel and her teammates would have. So, it's a small annoyance, but it can get frustrating. And it's also annoying to have to go back to link level her last link to link level 10 when she Dokkan Awakens as well. But enough of that, let's get into her at 55%. So taking a look at her hidden potential system, she is at 55% obviously. And as for how to build her, she does have raising attack and defense for 1 turn as a super attack effect, and she also does seal super attack. So additional attack is a pretty good route to go, but she also can hit quite hard when her full passive is active, so I would say crit is good as well. Since she is a physical type unit, she gets 5 additional attack by default, so a mix of additional and crit is the way to go, just like I've suggested on pretty much every other unit. But I would go for 11 additional and 15 crit. I think that is a pretty good split between the two. You get the best of both worlds, really. And as for equipment, I have none equipped on her, but crit and additional attack equipment are best, as well as a plus 500 attack bronze skill orb. So, taking a look, we are in the Majin Buu Infinite Dragon Ball History stage on a full Dragon Ball Heroes team under dual God Trunks leader skills, and her turn 1 defense is 71k. That's actually decent, considering she's just an SSR, although you have to remember, we have like, 60 or 70% support from both of the Demon Goddess Toa and Poutine, and she also is sharing, I think, 4 links, including Cold Judgment, which is a big link even at link level 1. Cold Judgment at link level 1, I believe, is 20% defense. Yeah, it's 20% defense, so we are getting a huge chunk. Without Cold Judgment active, we're at 59k. So you can see, these links are a big deal, and that's why having only 6 links hurts, because she could potentially have a really good link for that 7th link rather, that will give her more defense or more attack, and she's missing out on that. So we do have a ton of support on rotation, as well as 4 links active, so we're going to take a look at her. She is going to look pretty damn good on the Heroes team, because she does want to have at least another Heroes category ally to get her full passive. She is a very good slot 2 unit, because she does get an additional 80% attack and defense, I believe, when she does attack. And she also does raise her attack and defense for 1 turn on super attack. 2.86 million damage as an SSR. And she also does seal, so that's very good as well. And sealing is a lot more relevant than, let's say, stunning or super attacking, I would say, in my opinion. What did I just say? I can't believe I forgot. I said, like, sealing is better. I know I said that. And then I said it's more relevant than stunning or lowering attack and defense, for instance. I believe sealing is more relevant only because it feels like more events are immune to stunning than they are to the other 3 debuffs. So sealing is a very good effect because you can actually get it off in more events than, say, stunning. But again, it does require you to be in an event that allows you to debuff the enemy at all. And that's where Robel is going to struggle because she does want to debuff the enemy. She does gain 180% attack when the enemy is sealed. And she does seal the enemy herself. So she is missing out on a lot of attack if the enemy does not have a seal applied. But she's still pretty decent in terms of damage. As you saw, 2.81 million attack stats, really, really good. So now we super attacked. Her defense is now 62k rather. That is without the extra like 30 or 40% support from the demon goddess Toa. And we do have God Trunks. Now I'm going to show you just exactly what I mean here. If she had something like Fierce Battle active, she would also be giving it to Trunks. But again, you're just missing out on potentially having another Link active, which is annoying. Like, she could have something like Prepared for Battle, and she would have Trunks have it active as well. But her best friend really is going to be this free-to-play poutine. They share 4 links, 3 of which are fantastic, which is Cold Judgment, Solid Support, and Master of Magic. And because of that, I'm just going to keep her linked up with this poutine at all times. We're going to keep Robel in slot 1, even though it's against convention. As I said, it's best to keep her in slot 2, so she has her full defense. But I want to see her attack stat here since Majin Buu is sealed. And she, I'll get into that. Oh my god, waifu alert. 2.51 million. That is without the extra support on rotation, so she would probably be like at 3.1 million if she did have Toa on rotation or something like that for more support. But that is really good damage. So let me go over her passive before we get her back on rotation. So she has attack and defense plus 80% unconditionally, and then she also has an additional attack and defense plus 80% when super attacking. She gets attack plus 180% when the enemy is sealed. And then she has a whole bunch of good support type things for the team. She has a 50% chance to dodge. She has Rainbow Orb changing when there is another hero's unit on rotation, I believe. And she also does have a 50% chance to enable the Scouter effect. I'm not sure if I'm recalling that correctly. Is it the Rainbow Orb changing that's always gonna happen, and then a 50% chance of the Scouter effect when there's another hero's unit on the team? I'll go check that when she's back on rotation. But basically, she's just a really, really, really good support unit. You saw her dodge all those attacks in slot 1, so if you do want to keep her in slot 1, while it's, again, not really advised, she can potentially be okay because of her 50% chance to dodge. And she also does have that chance for the Scouter effect, and she also has Rainbow Keysphere changing. So taking a look here, actually let me move over to the Dokkan Wiki really quick so you can read it better. So yes, she has attack and defense plus 80% unconditionally, the attack and defense plus 80% when attacking, additional 180% attack when the enemy is sealed. Okay, so she randomly changes key spheres of a certain type to rainbow key spheres. That is always 50% chance to dodge, 50% chance of foreseeing enemy super attack when there's another heroes category ally. So Yeah, this is very good. She just has a lot of support type abilities that's not directly like a support passive giving like 40% attack and defense to heroes category allies. Like, she's just extremely good to run on a heroes team or a team with heroes characters. She's also an enabler for a lot of these, like, I don't know if the word is like, I guess I should say like Peppy Gal's like waifu heroes units. So like the Toas, the Poutine, the Supremo Pi of Time, the Supreme Kai of Time Brainwashed. Those types of units, she works very well with, especially the extreme type ones. So like the Toas and stuff. Not as much Pan because she shares things like Master of Magic, which is a pretty good attack link. Cold Judgment, which is a really good defense link. Those units really work together well. So you have a lot of options on heroes teams. Like, you can run a super class heroes team that will work very well, or you can make a more extreme oriented heroes team and have units like Robel there, and that'll also work very well. But overall, like, she's just incredibly solid. I actually like her more than the Supreme Kai of Time Brainwashed, simply because she is a lot less restricted, right? She doesn't need as many debuffs to get her full passive. All she really needs is the enemy to be sealed to have her full passive, and she needs another heroes category ally on rotation that's attacking. So really, she is capable of so much, and she's just an SSR. So it's like mind blown, right? Like, she has so much potential. Let's get one more attack stat here with her, and then we're gonna hop into a different team. But she is incredibly impressive, and man, I love long hair, man. I can't get over that. She's awesome. God, yes, waifus. It feeds my life force. Oh man, that's so cringe, dude. What am I saying? Alright, let's get one more attack stat with her. So she's at 74k defense right now. That is with all this support. The enemy is sealed, I believe, right? Attack down, defense down. Oh, he's immune to seals. Okay, so you can see that's where the problem is. And even if she is sealed, sure, she won't be hitting 2.53 million attack stats at 55%. But she will be doing a lot of other things. She's a great unit that has great defensive potential. In slot 2, she can dodge, Rainbow Key Sphere changing. The foreseeing enemy super attack thing as well is very good. So let's hop over to another team and see how well the Secretary waifu performs there. Alright, so now we are on a full Peppy Gals team under double Videl leader skills, which means that we really didn't change all too much in terms of stats, as we are still under Key +4 and 170% to all stats leader skills. Her turn 1 defense is 74k, that is with a lot of support on rotation, but the one thing I want to show here is that we do have the Scouter effect active. Now, here's the thing. She has a 50% chance of enabling the Scouter effect. That I actually don't like, only because it's a 50% chance to foresee enemy super attack. I feel like that should have been just a permanent thing, but even then, it's not bad how it is right now. It's basically a coin flip 50-50 if the Scouter effect is active, although the reason why I don't like it being a 50% chance is that it makes you question things, right? Because think about it this way. If the Scouter effect activates, but the enemy is not super attacking, it won't show the enemy super attack at all, so you'll question yourself. Is the enemy super attacking, or did my Scouter effect not activate? So it does leave a little room for mistakes, but when it does activate, like right here, it did activate, and we know that we're getting super attacked in the second slot, so obviously we would want to put like Poutine in the second slot, but I'm going to put Robelu in the second slot here because I want to see how well she tanks this super attack. Although we can possibly just seal her, so we won't see the super attack, but when it does like line up this way and you can actually get it off and it does benefit you, it is a great ability to have. It's a very good defensive ability, just helping you to block your attack or block the enemy super attack as best as possible with the right unit. So let's see if the poutine here does seal, that's gonna be good for us either way. 2.98 million. That's fairly good. I mean, I thought we would hit like 3.1 million. Obviously, that wasn't the case, but still, like around a 3 million attack stat. Like, let's just say it's a 3 million attack stat. Let's round up. A 3 million attack stat for an SSR at 55% is absolutely amazing damage. That is so good. Again, that is with a lot of support on rotation, but you take Toa out of the equation, we're still at like a 2.4, 2.3 million attack stat. So, incredibly impressive stuff from the Robel. Now, on top of everything else, her 50% chance to dodge really is the icing on the cake, considering the fact that you do have that flexibility of using her as a more slot 1 type unit, because sometimes you don't want to mess up your rotation, or sometimes you just can't keep her in slot 2 because of how your rotation works out. So you do have the option to use her as a slot 1 unit, although her defense at 55% is iffy. I'd imagine when she's rainbowed, or like even just 2 duped to rainbowed or something like that, her defense should be decent enough in slot 1 to where she can take some normal attacks. Obviously, in like the GT Legendary Goku event, or in the Legendary Vegeta event, it won't really be that good to put her in slot 1 regardless of her dodge chance. But I love dodging units. Like, I love units that dodge. And I might overvalue dodging a little bit too much. I know some people have actually said, like, that dodging is, like, not that good of an ability because we have events like the Legendary Vegeta event in the final phase where he just disables it. But there's not enough, like, events in the game currently that disable dodge to make dodging effects irrelevant. So a 50% chance to dodge is another like coin flip for each attack that you dodge. So it's a pretty decent chance. You know, I would say a coin flip to dodge is pretty reliable. So, I mean, overall, just a very good like utility type unit with that seal. I mean, she's hitting really good damage numbers as well. But what I want to do now is I want to try and get this poutine off rotation, so I can see how well Robel will perform with no support on rotation, because I will admit the 2 teams that we've seen here both have a lot of support. Like, there are a lot of redundant units on these 2 teams. Like, I have both Toas and I do have the Demon Goddess Poutine on both of the teams that I've shown you so far. But that's sort of how you have to build the teams to use Robel well, because if you don't at least have Poutine on your team, you're going to miss out on a lot of links, a lot of support, and you know, Poutine's not, or Robel's not going to look nearly as good. But like a 1.2 million attack stat's not that great, but again, she's Rainbow Orb changing for the team, so that's like a huge ability. It's guaranteed. Like, her Rainbow Orb changing is straight up better than the God Trunks one, because God Trunks needs to be on a full heroes team to do it, and here on Peppy Gals, she's able to do it regardless. So, very nice stuff from the Robel. Just an SSR. Like, I can't sing her praises enough. So let's see, we're gonna try and just rush through these rotations here. I want to see how she performs without that support. But you will basically find success on every team that she's available on. But the one thing is that she is only available on 4 categories. So she's incredibly limited in that regard. Like, she's only available on 4 categories, and let's just say that 3 of them are like rehashes of the same category almost. Like, 3 of them are very similar, and then you have Peppy Gals as well. So that's why we're taking a look at Peppy Gals here as well. Now, Imra Brienne has a support passive, but it's... Oh, we also are getting Cold Judgment. What's her defense at? 62k. That is with 30% support from the Brienne as well. Let's just rush through this and see her with the Android 21 as well, who I have to cover as well. There are so many new units that released in this celebration that I'm struggling to keep up with covering all of them, to be honest with you. But after we check out this final attack stat from Poutine, we're gonna from Robel, we're going to go over her entire kit basically. So a 1 million attack stat there, that's like really, really like not good. Like that's obviously not good, but I'd argue that even though she's only hitting like a 1 million attack stat here, she's still really good for what she's doing. The 50% chance to dodge, the rainbow key sphere changing, and that scouter effect, potentially. I mean, the one thing is that you're not getting the scouter effect when she is not with another hero's unit, so that's one of the big selling points for her, is her scouter effect, but even then, like, it's not entirely needed. Like, the way she's really built is, like, kind of cool because she has her own internal synergy. You know, she gains 180% attack when she seals an enemy, or when an enemy is sealed, and then she can seal the enemy herself. And then on top of that, she has the scouter effect, so if you see where the enemy's gonna super attack, you know, she does have a 50% chance to dodge, so, you know, maybe the internal synergy is you want to use her and get a 50% chance to dodge with her. But, alright, let's take a look at this final sort of a rotation here. Keep her in slot 1. We have Brainiacs active here, which is interesting because Brainiacs is a really good link. It's giving 10% attack and defense, I believe, at link level 1. Yeah, so that's a really good link, but I want to try and get her without that link. Alright, Cold Judgment's giving us defense. So let's just see how she performs with, like, the, like, literally no attack links active, no support. This is going to be her at, like, her worst, I guess, like, in the most, like, non-ideal situation. 860k, so that is pretty bad, but, again, she does more than just damage, and as an SSR, she's incredibly impressive. So let's take a look at her unit info now. Alright, so here we have a capable Secretary Robel. She is a Key +3 and 120% to all stats leader for the Dragon Ball Heroes category, which is very nice that she does lead the category that she works the best on. Obviously, she is a sub-lead, so it's not ideal if you do have God Trunks or if you have a better crossover leader like Int Xeno Pan or Super Saiyan 4 Vegito. You're going to want to run them as your leader, but she's nice to have as an option if you didn't pull any other leader for the category. Her super attack is Elegance Bolt, which is really elegant. Raises attack and defense for 1 turn. That is a, I believe, 30% raise, and causes supreme damage and seals enemy super attack. So as I said in the beginning of the video, additional attack will work very good on her because these are attacks that you would like to get 2 of. So if you can get a double super attack, you're getting double defense raises, which will be very good for her considering her defense is lackluster due to her being just an SSR. Her passive skill, Demigra Secretary, attack and defense plus 80% unconditionally, plus an additional attack and defense plus 80% when attacking, plus an additional attack plus 180% when the target enemy super attack is sealed, randomly changes key spheres of a certain type to rainbow key spheres, high chance or a 50% chance of evading enemy's attack, including super attack, and a 50% chance of foreseeing enemy super attack when there is another Dragon Ball Heroes category ally attacking in the same turn. So she is a very, very, very good support for a Dragon Ball Heroes team. Being a guaranteed Rainbow Key Sphere changer is extremely helpful, especially on crossover, where if you're not running God Trunks, I mean, if you're running God Trunks as your leader for a Dragon Ball Heroes team, then you will have a Rainbow Key Sphere changer. But on crossover, if you don't want to run God Trunks, she can be your Rainbow Key Sphere changer, and that makes super attacking with all of your units a lot more consistent. Her high chance of evading is very good, and she does have that 50% chance of having the Scouter effect and those two effects do synergize in a way. So if you catch where the enemy is going to super attack, you can possibly put Robel there, and you have a 50% chance to dodge it. Obviously, that could be risky, but still, it's cool that she has all this internal synergy. She's really, really, really cool, and she's really fun to use. Her links, she only has 6 due to being an SSR. They are Brainiacs, which is very good for being link level 10. It's an attack and defense link. So link level 10ing this is very good. Solid Support is an attack link. Cold Judgment's a fantastic defense link. Battlefield Diva is one of your key links. And she also does gain an additional 5% dodge chance when you do have it at link level 10. So it's a very good link to have at link level 10. Loyalty is going to be a difficult link to achieve, but if you do get it, then you will have 5% damage reduction, which is incredibly nice as well. So another link you would like to have at link level 10. Master of Magic is an attack link. Link level 10ing this one is not too important, but still, it's an attack link. So you have a lot of good attack and defense links, and then you have the very solid key link in Battlefield Diva. She's only available on 4 categories. That is the problem, because you have Dragon Ball Heroes, Crossover, and Time Traveler, which are all basically the same rehash of the same category, right? Like, Time Travelers potentially is going to be the best of these 3. Like Dragon Ball Heroes is all Heroes characters. Crossover has Heroes characters and more, so it's just a wider Heroes category. Time Travelers is basically the same thing as Crossover, like it's a wider version of Dragon Ball Heroes, but obviously it has a lot more potential, having units like the Dragon Ball Super, Goku Black, Future Trunks, you know, the Trunks from Dragon Ball Z, so you have a lot more options, but the leader for Time Travelers is just not good enough. Like, Bojack is a way better leader for his Space Traveling Warriors category than he is for Time Travelers. So whenever Time Travelers gets a really good upgrade for their leader, then we will actually get to talk about this category being one of the best in the game. But we also do have Peppy Gals, which is a great category, involves most of the best Peppy Gals from Heroes. So she's on a lot of solid categories, but you're going to see that it's going to be pretty redundant no matter what category you run her in. Like, you're always going to bring the physical poutine basically in any of these teams if you're bringing Robel, because she's like one of the best linking partners for Robel. And just quickly taking a look, her 12 key multiplier is pretty low at 130% due to her being an SSR, but still, you saw that she can hit upwards of a 3 million attack stat at 55%. So taking a quick look at her categories before we do end, just so we can see the depth of them, you'll see what I mean by the similarity. So here's Heroes, you know, all the Heroes units, no duh. Time Travelers, immediately you see a lot of Heroes and Crossover units, with a few extra ones sprinkled in. So Time Travelers will potentially become a top tier team when we do get a new leader. Crossover is just a new and improved version of Heroes with a whole bunch of extra units added in, like the Android 21 and the Super Saiyan 2 Trunks, for instance. And then you have Peppy Gals, which is pretty good. You know, you have STR Videl rather, but you will want to run some of the Heroes units so that way you can get her Scouter effect active. If you don't have at least one Heroes unit with her on any of these teams, then or at least on Peppy Gals and Time Travelers, then you're going to miss out on one of the strongest effects that she does provide. Let me know what you think about the Supreme Secretary Goddess Robel, and until next time, I'll catch ya later.